We have a 2015 Ford Explorer, and we will be replacing the radiator in this vehicle. First step is to drain all the coolant, and for that we should go ahead and remove the cap for the reservoir for the coolant. And make sure when you do that, the engine's not hot, the coolant's not hot, because if it's super hot, it will have a lot of pressure inside, and it could burn yourself. So be very careful with that. We have the vehicle on the lift, and we are going to open the drain plug for the coolant to let all the coolant come out. So the drain plug is located, as you can see, it's to the right side of the vehicle, and we'll let this out and make sure you have something to catch all the fluid. All of the fluid has been drained, so we are ready to go ahead and remove the radiator at this point and start the installation of new one. Since there is not much room here that you can see, there's no way to get the radiator out without removing the grille and possibly the bumper. We're in the process of removing the grille right now. So remove the bolts on top of the grille. That's a 10 millimeter socket. Remove the clips. Alright, now the cover will come out, and the grille is going to be pretty loose after that. So it looks like we will need to take the bumper off, so we are going to remove the whole bumper, the grille, to get access to the radiator. Alright, process of removing the bumper. This is a 5.5 millimeter. 5.5. Let's go to the other side. So the bolts under the bumper are 8 millimeter bolts. Once all the bolts have been removed, we have to remove the connectors for the fog lights if your vehicle does have fog lights. So just pull those out. Alright, here's the connector. Pull the trim out, and there's a bolt under there, under the trim. Pull the trim out, and there's another bolt. That one's another 5.5 bolt on the side. Just pull out the bumper at that point. It should come right out. Alright. So you would pull it from the sides here. This is actually the connector for the bumper. And once you pull from both sides, this will come right off once all the bolts are removed. And now looking at the radiator, so remove these bolts first. But this one was a 13mm bolt. So we're in process of removing the headlights at this point. Remove the headlight connectors. Repeat the process for the other side headlight. Alright, so now we have the headlights removed, the bumper removed, the grille removed at this point. Next step is to go ahead and remove this bumper support. The 13mm socket. There are 4 bolts on each side of the bumper support. So it turns out we cannot remove the bumper support. The reason is, if you look closely, they have welded right here. You can see the 3 weld points. Same thing on the other side, so we cannot remove the bumper support. You're gonna have to make some room on top to get the radiator out. So we're gonna start with the air cleaner. All this stuff right here, we're going to remove it. Alright, so we'll start removing the air cleaner box, the hoses, air intake, so we will be removing everything that you see close to the radiator, including the harness, the radiator hose, the AC line, the transmission line. Also, we will be removing the radiator support right here at this point. Remove the hood latch. And remove the cable, the hood latch cable. So we're still working on the harness. The radiator hose clamp. So the radiator hose is out. So remove the AC line next. Right here, we just removed it. There's also a second AC line that needs to be removed inside. So at this point we have both AC lines removed. And this is the location for the second AC line inside. So these are the two transmission lines that need to be removed in order to get the radiator off. And as you can see, they're pretty stuck. And don't want to come out, so you have to wiggle them around. Do the best you can. Sometimes they could be very tight. Finally, first one is off. Get the clip off for the second one, and start working on the second one. Really tight. Finally, we got both of them off. It's very difficult. I removed the lower radiator hose. When you do that, make sure there's like a bucket or something to catch the coolant if it comes out at the bottom. So once the radiator support along with the radiator is removed, this is what it looks like so far. So we have removed a lot of things on this vehicle just to get to the radiator. It's not a small job. So there's our radiator with the support. Remove the fan. Alright, so finally we have the radiator out. So we are unpacking the new radiator and we're going to match it to make sure everything looks good. So that's the new radiator. We're trying to match it with the old one. It looks like everything is similar, exactly the same, so it should be good to go with this one. we confirmed the radiator is the same exact, the new one, and we're going to start proceeding with the installation. So we are attaching the condenser and the transmission cooler, and this model is together, so we're attaching that right now. Alright, so that's done.
You lift it up over there, put in the hole.
Now lift it up to get it put in the holes right there. As you can see right there. Same on this side.
Or lift it over there. Push it in. Hold it, hold it.
All right. We're in the process of putting the radiator support along with the radiator back in. Put the first bolt in. Alright, so the process from here on is just the reversal of removing everything. You're going to be placing back in. So we get all the bolts placed back on. The harnesses need to be reconnected. The transmission hoses, the AC line, everything that we removed just need to put back on, and fill it up with coolant. And we are, once we fill it up with coolant, we should be done, ready to go. So we finished putting everything back together. As you can see, time to add the coolant to the system. So it's very important to get all the air out of the system. We're going to use the coolant tool to make sure all the air has been removed from the system. You got to find the correct fittings. The still checking. So we got it fit. So for this, you gotta leave the engine running and just add coolant, and over time it's supposed to get all the air out of the system, and the coolant should be going in and the air should be coming out. So after this step, we should be done. The job is complete.